Are you see yourself?
Yeah, I'm good.
You on? You good?
You might want to move over a little bit.
Which way?
Towards the man. Yeah, there you
Hey, hi, Steinberger.
Here we are. This is Johnny Bean sitting here, and these two guys.
Hi.
You guys have had you finally got your weekend.
Johnny, one day that joke's gonna get too old. Steinberger.
So what have you guys been doing? Just playing guitars over there?
We went to the music zoo. We went to the music zoo and looked at guitars, and I bought a 5150 overdrive pedal. And
Nice.
We worked on some guitars.
We worked on a few guitars. We put some chrome parts on a Relic Wolfgang. We put some titanium parts on a Relic Wolfgang. We put a new tremolo arm on the Floyd Rose of a Neptune guitar. It was good. This is stuff that we could have done on air to show people how to do, but you were not available today.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
No, I've been here all day long.
Oh.
I was here all day.
Must have been another guy.
Yeah.
No, we walked with Howie just the last hour, but other than the last hour, I was here all day.
You have some nerve being 3 hours behind us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only 7 o'clock. Wait, who was that? Someone just sent me a message.
Oh.
Alberto. Hey, Alberto. How are you, Alberto?
But anyways, we just been hanging around, playing some guitar, doing some works on some guitars. I went for a run today, and we both are sitting here playing our 5150s. This is mine.
And this is mine. This is mine.
And we just been having fun doing some jamming.
Yeah, we did so many carbs today. Oh my goodness, carbs.
Got some pizza pie, some New York pizza,
and chicken cutlet parm hero. Oh, and I'm a veg right now. I'm a vegetable. I'm just a blithering idiot.
Shout out to Michael Smith.
Hey. Hello, Michael Smith. Oh, look at that. Who is this now?
Anthony Sajazi.
This would be Anthony. To you, Johnny and Rob. Hey, can I join this for a bit? Yeah, let him join.
Yes. Love to have you in here, Anthony.
Okay. Oh, jeez. I don't know which one is mine.
When you text me,
you guys really do text each other all day long, huh? You're guys sitting there and you guys are texting each other.
We were texting each other like right next to each other. Hey, Anthony.
Hey, Anthony.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
How are you?
Long time no speak. How are you?
Hey, how are you? Huh? Do it. Do it.
I'm all right. How you doing?
Do it. Do it. Pop the drum. Do it.
I'll take a whiskey sour.
I gotta do it. Well, I got the iPad over here. This is my computer, and I'm trying to decide between Sweetwater and Pro Guitar Shop.
Oh.
I'd say Sweetwater because it's sweeter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's the difference in price? What's the difference in price? What's the difference in availability? And how soon can you get it?
That's a good question. It looks like they both have it in stock. Pro Guitar Shop has it on sale. There's a if anybody out there is interested in buying a pedal tonight until midnight, they have pedal 15 is the coupon. I got it in the email. Anyone can use it, and it takes the pedal down from $199 to $169. So that's tempting.
That's a good deal.
Meanwhile, Sweetwater has it for $199, but you could pay it on the Sweetwater card for and it comes out to like $5 a month for 36 months. But I don't know.
$5 a month for 36 months.
Do I want to be paying it that long?
What are you making, a mortgage
payment? Hey, man, it is what it is. But actually, it's any MXR pedal. So if you want to go on there and get a bunch of them, I wouldn't mind recommending that. I already got the phaser and the and the flanger.
Where your mom?
Yeah.
We go get it?
Yeah. Could you?
Open?
Yeah. Keys on the thing. The fob.
Yeah, I got you.
So it's tonight only, huh?
Tonight only. Johnny, you should do that too. $5 a month, man. That's not bad.
Well, no, the Sweetwater. If you have the Sweetwater card, the MXR pedal thing is till March 31st. Pro Guitar Shop is the other one I was looking at. They have that sale running tonight. They actually do a really cool thing. They did it last week too. It's they call it Saturday Night Special, and whatever their coupon is, it's applicable that night in the store. So.
Hey, you want to hear the pedal real quick?
Yeah.
This is my 5150 through the pedal into my 65 Super Reverb. Now, Johnny says it may be garbled, but it's super low volume.
Right there.
How's that? How'd that come out? Is that all right?
It's a little garbled. I hear a ton of gain. You have the boost on it?
No, the boost is not on. There's plenty gain.
Are you serious?
That's plenty.
What pedal? Tell people what pedal you're using.
Yeah, that's the MXR 5150 overdrive pedal, and that is through a 40-watt, very clean-sounding 410-inch speaker amplifier on one. The amplifier is on one. The pedal is barely cracked open, barely.
That's crazy.
And I know it sounds loud through the computer, but when I tell you that you can whisper over this in this room and hear yourselves whisper, it's super low volume. You can't any lower, and the amp is off.
And I'm playing through Dave's 5153 50-watt head, and I'm amazed at how similar they sound. I mean, that pedal just makes. I mean, it sounds just like a 5150. I'm playing through Dave's. And I mean, it sounds. It's just amazing. It definitely has that 5150 sound.
So he's playing the 50-watt head through two 212 cabinets. So there's actually 4 12-inch speakers working right now.
Okay.
And this sounds very close.
And what are you playing through the Super Reverb? What's that got?
That's 4 10-inch speakers in it.
It's just amazing at how close they sound.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you.
So there you go. That's the consensus is the pedal rocks. It rocks.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's so versatile.
It's absolutely great. It's 5150 in a box. It's amazing. And I was not a believer at first. I was like, nah, who needs it? Who needs it? Apparently I do. I don't get it. But
now you can get those tones. You can get those tones out of your Fender amp through your pedal board, and you don't have to lug out.
I can get those tones through any amplifier. It's not just the Fender. It's any amplifier. It's amazing. It's super amazing.
Crazy.
So
I love it.
Yeah, I'm a total believer. Thank you, Eddie Van Halen. Thank you, MXR.
Absolutely.
And thank you, Eric Broadbent. I don't know. That's just,
and thank you, Dave Nesdo.
Because, listening to him play it is really why I got it, because it sounded good when he played it. So.
Nice.
Yeah. But good. It's all good. Johnny, you still there?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Alberto says we should jam sometime, but we should do a guitar jam sometime. Probably won't sound good, but would be cool.
Okay. What is that?
Huh?
What was that? No, I saw something on Anthony's screen.
Oh, it's the pedal.
Oh, it's the pedal.
That's the pedal on Sweetwater.
Yeah. It is.
And then there's a Pro Guitar Shop.
Nice.
See? So I think that's
Slow down. I can't read it that fast.
Oh, that was just the coupon in there. See?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So.
Now let me ask you, how do you cut that out?
What's that?
Joke. I was going to say, what kind of
I didn't
scissors
hear
do you
you.
use? What kind of scissors do you use to cut that coupon out? Oh, here's something
Digital
really
scissors.
cool. Here's something really cool that we did today. Rob brought his 2015 tour Relic Wolfgang here, and not only did we put those parts on it, but I used my X-Acto knife to get the weather checking in the guitar for him, and I showed him how to do that, so he'll be able to go home and weather check the whole guitar with an X-Acto knife. It actually looked really good.
Nice.
Very cool. Yeah. Tell you the truth, it's the first time I ever did it.
Cool.
No, I'm just kidding. It's the second time. It's the second time I ever did it. Luckily, I know a little bit about what I'm doing, so it was all right.
The back of the guitar was the second time.
The first time you did it to Rob's white guitar.
The first time was the front. Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, I know how to do that stuff, and I told Rob, I was like, would you like me to put some weather checking in your guitar? And he was like, all right, like, really? And I was like, yeah, I got an X-Acto knife. I'll show you how they do it. And like in my mind, I'm like, please do the right thing, please be the. And it looks great. It absolutely looks fantastic. And he's gonna do the rest. He's gonna do the rest of the guitar. It looks great. And
Nice.
At some point, we'll show you the finished product. We'll show the world the
Good
finished
stuff.
product. And it doesn't cost $13,000. I got nothing.
Now.
I told you, it's all the bread in my belly right now that is making me retarded. Absolutely, like I'm drunk from pizza.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's 3 hours earlier here, and I'm starving.
Oh. Well, you need to go to Sal's Pizzeria in Glen Cove. It is amazing.
Very good. Absolutely, some of the best pizza I've had in a
Good
long
stuff. Anthony, you've had that pizza. You've had it.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you that now. That's the guitar you were setting up before, the Neptune.
No, these are both 5150 guitars.
I can't see. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, this is mine, and that's Dave's.
Yes.
Nice.
But the Neptune guitar is now fully. Oh, that's another thing. The action is nice and low on the guitar. We put an R3 chrome Floyd. Not the whole nut. Well, the clamps were already chrome, but the bass was black. So we made it chrome. We got it. I have a chrome one here. I put it on. It looked for some reason. Oh, because he had an R4 nut on there.
Yeah, it was wrong.
And it was the wrong size for the guitar. So that's why the action was so high. So we put an R3 on it, which is the same width, but it's lowered to the front. Yes, it's not as tall. So that lowered the action to where it should be, and the guitar is just incredible. What a great guitar now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun today. Like I said, we went to Music Zoo. We saw one of Eddie's old Kramers.
Yeah, so Paul Unkert made Kramer, the Vita Scarolitis banjo.
Well, might as well be.
Get banjo tar, get. All right.
We're gonna play that banjo tonight, Dave.
Yeah. So it was very cool. We weren't allowed to take it out of the case because no one with authority was there. But it was definitely
should have walked in with
cool.
Paul.
Huh?
You should have walked in with Paul.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, should have. I still don't think. I think
think Paul was there.
If Paul was there, it still wouldn't have happened unless they would have called Tommy at home, and I don't think anyone in their right mind would call Tommy at his house on his day off. So
They'd be like, Paul, who's that?
No, you know what? I bet you if they called him and said Paul Unkert is at the store, I bet you Tommy would come down to see him, and that guitar would come out of the case, and it would be in parts, so that Paul could say, yes, I did this, I did this, I did this, and blah blah blah. So I'm sure that would have happened, but it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's the one that he was saying that one was never taken apart.
It was never taken apart by Eddie, but it's been apart. It's been apart several times while it's been owned by Tommy.
Yeah, because you were telling me that Floyd Rose on there didn't look original.
Well,
Long time
on second glance, it is original. I'll tell you why. Because my 1982 white Pacer has the same Floyd Rose on it. With it's not a whale tail. It's a very late '82 or early '83 Floyd Rose, which has the small steel block on it. It's exactly the same as mine, so it absolutely could be the original to that guitar. The only thing that is not original to that guitar, as far as I can tell, is the string tree, because it has chrome hardware all over it, but a black string tree. So that's probably not original to the guitar. Everything else is absolutely, it's been there since the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Anthony passed out.
Did he fall on the floor? Anthony,
Yeah.
did you? Anthony,
He fell over.
Are you drinking? What are you drinking?
No, I was before.
Anthony, you doing the Cabo Wabo?
No,
He's wobbling.
I want to show you what I found.
Hey, look at that! Wow.
I forgot I had this.
That's incredible. That's incredulous.
This is the old. Never used. This is from that website that no longer has them. Bozos.
Bozos.
No Bozos.
Yeah.
No Bozos.
That is the correct
No
logo.
Bozos. So
that's absolutely correct. So don't.
This is going to get put on a guitar one day.
Yeah.
Well, how long have you had them though?
You need to grab one of these, Anthony.
Oh, I do. I have to have this since 2005, maybe.
So 11 years.
Nice.
So just make sure when
I'll tell you exactly why, because now
just be careful, because those things, they get super old and they get dried out, and you go to take them off and the stuff just doesn't work anymore.
Well, it'll work.
I'm gonna have to get on my 5150 project quick.
I had a set as well. You know, the ones I put on my Music Man. I had bought 2 of them, and I went to take off. I found the other set that I had for like 10 years, same kind of thing, and I went to apply them, and they were just useless.
Wow.
So pretty much when you get those things, you have to use them like right away.
Yeah. Well, I mean, within reason. I mean, yeah, 10 years is a little too.
I'm sure if you're careful with them, they'll probably work.
Now you're scaring me. Now I gotta see what's up.
No, dude, don't open it. Don't do it, Anthony.
They're probably dried out. That's what I'm saying.
I would not open it until you're ready to use it.
Until you're ready to use it.
They're not dried out. I'll put a humidifier on.
Yeah, but don't open that. Don't open that, because once you open it, you ain't gonna be able to get it closed again. That's when it'll be all screwed up.
All right, then I got it. Never mind the pedal. I got to get on MusicCraft and get a body then.
And then get it painted.
You guys are killing me, man. You're making me go nuts.
Yeah. No, you need the pedal first. You're in a band. You need to get a smaller amp, or you won't be in a band anymore.
Yeah, that's right. They're gonna throw me out because my Marshall's too big and too loud.
Yeah.
I love it.
Too psychedelic.
Well, I want to thank you, Dave, for supporting it and getting me all riled up again.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Anytime. Just let me know. Well, actually, here's what we're gonna do. When Paul is done with my guitar and my neck, you'll somehow at some point after that go get it, bring it to me, and then you'll take home an amplifier for yourself to use.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll lend you one of mine. No problems.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Thanks.
No problem. No
All
problem.
Alberto likes your SRV
I hope Paul
poster.
finishes fast.
What is Alberto like?
He likes Anthony's poster in the background, the Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Stevie Ray, yep.
Mm-hmm.
The one in the other room.
It's good stuff.
This is pretty cool.
And hey, Philip Reed Wallace.
Where is he? Can you see him? There he is.
They're weird, but Johnny would start razzing us. It's all about room.
So funny.
I know.
Hey, how about the crack last night that Unk said about the back of my neck?
The bunch of hot dogs.
I don't see it, first of all. I don't really have that. I used to. I don't really have that anymore.
I think he was just being a little. He was just giving you a shot.
Hey, I don't shine shoes anymore. I don't have that.
Paul
Roden?
Paul Roden. He just bought the pedal at Pro Guitar Shop for $169.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go. That's what I'm doing.
PayPal credit free for 6 months. And also, he wants to know, did Nesdal go running with Rob this morning?
I don't run.
Rob went solo this morning. I went solo.
I don't run.
But Dave was right there. Dave was right there when I came back in to give me a fresh towel and.
He was right there. He was in the same spot. He hadn't moved.
No, actually, in Dave's defense, he was working on my guitar when I got
Bless
back.
you.
Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, he called me. Yeah, you were. I was on the phone. I heard. I heard you leave, and then he was working on your guitar, and all I heard was like stuff dropping.
Son of a bitch!
And, like swear words. Yeah.
Son of a bitch!
And like stuff breaking.
Who just bought that 50/50 overdrive pedal? Because it's now out of stock.
Oh.
Wow, Paul Roden.
There you go, man. You got
Roden.
it. You got it at the $169 price. Now it's out of stock.
See, our show is actually giving business to EVH. It's because of us. They just sold out.
So you better use that credit card you got in your pocket and get that other one.
That's right.
Yeah, we
Sweetwater.
have people watching us.
Sweetwater, baby.
There's people sitting here watching.
My wife's texting me. Says,
Wanting what?
My wife's texting me. Stop yelling. She's like, who are you talking to? Who do you think I'm talking to?
His girlfriend.
Paul.
Oh, God.
What'd you say, Paul?
So what are you wearing, Jake from State Farm? Khakis.
Khakis.
He sounds hideous. Well, he's a guy, so.
We just had to pay for that commercial. So funny.
Paul, he says he doesn't run either. He walked 5 miles yesterday and can hardly walk today. And
tell him to walk in someone else's shoes.
he says he'll sell you the pedal for $299.
Does he run with the devil? That was bad.
That's all right.
That was pretty bad. I'm sorry.
Cricket. All right, so what are we talking about?
Well, we're setting the clocks back tonight.
Forward.
I don't know about you guys.
Forward.
Forward.
Setting them forward.
Forward. I'm all messed up.
Friday, April 15th. Oh, hang on 1 second. We're back.
She's like this every night.
She was dreaming a minute ago. She's like that.
Yeah. Oh. That back paw is so funny.
Yeah. Big sigh.
So, are you pulling the trigger there, Anthony?
I was. Now it's out of stock. So
yeah, but how
I either
about
got to
the
go.
Sweetwater one?
Yeah, now I got to pay full price. That sucks.
Well, I tell you what. Why don't you go on the Music Zoo's website?
Yeah.
And pull the trigger with them for $170.
They have it. Oh, they have it that price normally?
I'm almost positive. Go see what it is.
I'm looking. Okay.
Cool. I just got offered a gig.
Oh, really?
In Oakland.
Nice.
Friday, April 15th. I don't know where it is, but
what do you have to do?
I'll announce it here. Oh, I'm playing guitar with that singer. That last gig I did.
Yeah.
I'll say yes. She asked me if I want to do it. Sounds good.
Now, Dave, you got a good deal because it's the website says $199.
Oh, well then get it tomorrow. Call and speak to, or not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. Monday, while you're at work, call, speak to either Mark or Jessica, and tell them you're my friend and that you'd like to buy the pedal, and what's the best they can do. And I'm sure you'll get it at my price. In fact, I'll talk to Mark first before you call.
Thank you. The enabling that goes on around here is just Unbelievable. I love it.
I'm just a good salesman, that's all. You will do this.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
You will buy this pedal. Come on, you're supposed to say, I will buy this pedal.
Funny.
You will buy this pedal. I will buy it.
I love it.
You're not a very good Star Wars player.
Philip.
No, I'm just a weak stormtrooper.
Philip Reed Wallace. Hey.
What's up?
Yo.
Is that all? Is that all we get?
Huh?
Nothing. Is that all we get?
Oh, well, look at that.
Very funny. Very funny.
I had that years ago on a different phone. I had like a Palm Pre-Plus, and I had that app. I remember that. Yes.
You know, if it wasn't for Anthony, I wouldn't have the Star Trek communicator sound on my phone.
Oh, that's right. I forgot I gave that to you.
Yeah.
Yep. See the Enterprise up there?
Yes, I do. I have an Enterprise in my room, too. Rob doesn't know about it yet.
That's later. Hey, Alberto says, where do you guys get the 5150 stickers? I need one for my Epiphone Stripe guitar.
Good luck. Gone.
You can get them on eBay. I'm going to be careful how I say this because I don't want to discredit anybody on eBay in particular, but you got to be careful because there's a right pattern and there's a wrong pattern. They're all space tape and they're all the real deal. But like the back of the reflectors on the Frankenstrat guitar, a certain company that made the replicas didn't get the right ones. They're the right size, but they're not the right pattern as Ed's. Just like they didn't nail the tuners. The tuners that Ed has on his are crown heads. They're not Shallards. They're Godot crown heads, and they didn't get those. So the 5150 space tape is a specific pattern, and it's an old school pattern.
And it's large. It's a larger pattern, but if you get the smaller
prism-like ones, you don't want that.
Right. If you get the smaller prisms, it's not the correct one, and it'll also make the sticker look orange. The larger prisms will make the sticker. I mean, it's red, so it'll look more correct. It'll be correct.
Right. You can tell too the replicas that have that particular space tape because it looks really these small, tiny little prismy boxes in the space tape. You can tell right off the bat because it stands right out at you, which you don't want that. You want the space tape that kind of looks more almost like glassy. It's a glassy kind of a look.
Yeah, I don't know. Ah, shit. There goes the headstock. I don't know if you could see that.
Yeah.
That's what it should look like.
Yep. And Dave and my guitar is pretty close together. I mean, both of our guitars are very similar.
Do you have a hard time telling them apart if they're standing next to each other and you just glance?
No, there's no such thing, no such bad luck.
Actually, Dave and my guitars are very close.
Yeah, they're very close. Just
a small few differences. I think Dave's is a little bit more accurate than mine.
I think the color of mine is a little lighter in color. It's not quite as shiny, but I mean they're very close. I'd be happy with either one, but I'm glad I own mine.
Dave's is a little bit more Relic than mine. Dave has like the 88 era, 88, 89 era. I have the 85, 86 era.
And I gotta tell you, I played both guitars. I played both guitars today, and they're both really a pleasure to play.
Yeah.
I mean, I was happy with both of them. They're very cool.
Exactly. I played Dave's as well, and you know, both of our guitars, the action is super, super incredibly low. Both of the necks feel like butter. I mean, they're both basically the same exact necks and bodies, and the paint schemes are almost identical. Just a couple small differences. Like I said, Dave's is Relic a little bit more, but they're very similar.
Oh, good. You have the
bleed. Yeah, the bleed drip. Yeah.
Yeah, or as Hef says, the red stripe. Please, red stripe. Oh Lord.
Yeah, I drew mine on mine.
I saw you do that.
Mm-hmm.
I told you to do that.
I just use just like a pink pen. You know. My stuff, I don't care how accurate the stuff is. You know. It's all for fun. Hey, who said that? Somebody just messaged me something.
What?
Oh, Grant.
Who's buried in Grant's tomb?
Huh? Are you serious? Grant. Is that a real photo?
Of what?
It's a photo of Eddie.
What do you got there, Johnny?
It's a photo of Eddie playing like some sort of flying VX looking thing.
From what?
Show us.
Well, I don't know if he sent me. Well, he said I don't know if this is private. Because it's just a message.
Well, it's on live, so it can't be that private.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean it was to my email. I'll show it to you guys off air. I won't put it on here because I don't know if you know.
All right.
It's cool though. Cool.
No problem. So do we have any questions? Any spillover from last night, Johnny?
Hang on. Oh, let me see. Somebody was saying something. We got 8 people looking at us. It's been fluctuating. It went up to like 10. Yeah, basically. Well, I mean, we're just chilling out. We're just hanging out. Anybody who's watching this. But yeah, if you missed out on last night, we were on live with Paul Unkert, the guitar craftsman who used to work for Kramer guitars in the early '80s, and is responsible for the early Van Halen Kramer guitars. And those 3 guys, Anthony Sajazi and Rob Johnson and Dave Nesdahl, they had a great time. They were all over at his house. They went out for dinner. Had an awesome, fun time.
Yeah.
I think everybody's probably wiped out today.
It was a long night.
You guys had a drive, too.
We didn't get home. Literally, I mean, Dave and I dropped off, or actually Anthony dropped us off to his vehicle, and then Dave and I drove back through the city. I mean, we literally didn't walk into his place here till after 3:15 in the morning. So by the time we got to bed, it was
crazy.
like 3:30.
Let me reiterate. By the time we got to our separate beds, it was...
Dave, I don't think they even caught on to that. You just brought them on to that. Oh,
well, we just assumed. Dave, yeah, we just... I was watching videos. Huh? Alberto just said something. Oh, okay. Great.
Our separate beds, yes. Yes. I slept on the couch, by the way.
Because he was in the doghouse. What was that, Johnny?
Oh, this photo's from '81, Baton Rouge.
What guitar is it?
It's like a flying V. It's like some homemade thing. I don't know.
Oh.
It's really cool. I mean, it's really cool. But yeah, I'm not gonna show it on here, but I'll show it to you guys after I'm done.
We're not gonna see it anyway because I don't see anything but an avatar.
Why does Eddie only... Oh, we're getting major questions all of a sudden.
Great. About what? The guitar?
About your guitars.
Really?
Or about our sleeping arrangements.
Hang on one sec.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I've never seen that guitar.
Come on. People are really going to think that we fly that way.
That's
We
really
definitely
cool,
don't fly that way.
If you've ever seen his girlfriend, wow. So, that's got to say something. His name is Bob.
On Friday nights.
His name is Bob and Neil. Oh, no, that's just what he does.
I'm going
What?
to be good. I'm not going to say anything.
Neil and Bob. That's what he does. Neil and Bob. Excuse me?
Alberto. Alberto says, I was watching a video of Eddie playing a Parker Fly in 1993. Is that Eddie's personal guitar?
That was lent to Eddie backstage by, I cannot remember the gentleman that lent it to him, but it was for the Simon and Garfunkel gig that Sammy and Eddie played on. I think they played Love Comes Walking In, Best of Both Worlds, and Eddie did a solo.
He did Spanish Fly.
Well, it was a Spanish Fly eruption type, yeah. Basically, the pattern was based off of Spanish Fly, but Yeah, that was one of the only times I've ever seen Eddie play a Parker Fly. But that was loaned to him that night by someone backstage.
That was the only time.
Eddie was only supposed to play piano that night, from what I was told.
Well, that was at Shoreline Amphitheater in Mountain View, California. I found out I actually could have gone to that show if I had known. That was one of Neil Young's Bay Area bridge school benefits. It's a school for special needs kids, and I believe his kid went to that school, so he sponsored every year. He's been doing that shows for years. I've actually gone to one of them. I went to one in '97 with Smashing Pumpkins, Marilyn Manson, Metallica. Metallica actually played acoustic. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
Alanis Morissette. Who else?
Acoustica.
Who else was there? I think was Lou Reed there.
Acoustica.
It's an all-day event. It's an all-day show. Yeah, Acoustica.
Acoustica.
And so I went to one in '97, but yeah, the one with Van Halen. Actually, Sammy actually does them all. He does them quite a bit because he lives here. But the one that he's talking about with the Parker Fly, that was the one in '93, and Simon and Garfunkel were there. If you've actually seen a bootleg of the whole show, Eddie comes out and plays with Simon and Garfunkel.
Right, he plays.
Wow.
What, me and Julio?
No, he came out and played. What was that song?
It was one of their more well-known tunes.
The Sound of Silence.
Yeah, he solos over it.
Yeah, well, Eddie kind of weeded his way through it. Simon and Garfunkel started the song. I was just watching this online the other day. I have it on DVD somewhere, but Simon and Garfunkel started the song and they were playing it, and then Eddie came out about halfway through and kind of, improvised his way through, weeded his way through the solo. Yeah, I mean, he did an awesome job, and he kind of did his own take. He did a little tapping and some of his basic licks, but they fit the bill pretty well. It's kind of neat watching that. Have you ever seen that?
No, I've never seen it.
Really? I'll have to send you a copy of that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've got it on VHS. The whole show. The show was filmed from one of the screens. So the bootleg of it is pretty dark. It's really not a real fresh. There was actually some footage that was just released a year ago or so, where it was actual footage from the actual cameras. Right. Because what they do is if you ever go to Shoreline, I saw Van Halen there on the last tour. It was the last show I went to, the last one they played there. There's these big screens, and anyway, so that there was some footage released a year ago or so. That was actual footage from the actual cameras, and so it's really clean. It's super clean footage.
The sound is awesome.
I don't think it's the whole. I think it was just Spanish Fly, Best of Both Worlds, and maybe Love Walks In and Right Now, I think is what it was. I don't believe there is any available of the Simon & Garfunkel performance or the Neil Young performance, because they do Rockin' in the Free World at the end usually. But another thing about that show, I'll just say real quick, I remember when they played that show, because that same night was when he was on Valerie Bertinelli's Cafe Americain.
Yep.
On NBC. So I remember watching.
Acoustic guitar on it?
Yeah, he played an acoustic guitar. He's wearing a dark sport jacket.
Yeah. Well,
he was
he's wearing
or something
like a trench coat.
Try to throw him out.
Yeah, he's wearing a trench coat, and she kicks him out. Yeah.
She kicks him out. Yeah. And so I remember watching that, seeing that show, and then it was funny. As soon as that was over, the local news comes on, and they show a clip of that, and I was like, no, because I could have gone. If I would have known, I could have been there, because it wasn't. It was only half an hour away from me. Anyway, so there you go. Who was that? Alberto. That's way more than you wanted to know, but
yeah, he's all right already.
That's the
long
problem.
way around the block, pal.
Us nerds know too much about this stuff.
And what are the questions?
I got a million other.
Now we got 3 people watching.
Oh, Paul. Oh no, there's 7 people.
No.
Which
going down? It's getting late. That's why.
Huh? Paul Roden, which on was the Little Spoon, Dave or Rob? Huh?
Not answering that.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't get it.
I don't want it.
Soon.
The couch was comfortable.
Listen, hey Paul, I gotta tell you something. You might be cool and all, but you ain't in the inner circles. You can't talk like that.
Taylor.
No, I don't think he cares either. I don't really care.
Taylor Petrie. Why does Eddie only... Huh? Which one, Paul says? Hey, Paul, this is in real time, huh? Taylor, why does Eddie only use 2 springs for the tremolo? What strings and picks do you guys use?
Well, let me answer that first. I think Eddie uses 2 springs because it makes it easier to manipulate his bar. It doesn't feel locked up so much. The more springs you have,
manipulate
in a lot of
his
cases,
bar?
depending what your setup is like, you're going to have more tension, and it's going to be harder to manipulate your bar and depress it, right. And it's also, depending on how you have it set up, the strings are a little bit harder to bend. So obviously, if you have your bridge just kissing your body, so it does sit flush on the body, but just kissing it, and you have your action real low, you're going to have it very easy. You're going to be able to bend your strings really easily. A lot of people that don't do any tremolo work or even use a bar might have 3, 4 springs, whatever. But Eddie never needed that. As a matter of fact, Dave was working on my Neptune guitar today for me. I usually do all the painting and I do basic setup, but Dave does a lot more advanced setup than I do. So I wanted him to look at my Neptune guitar that I just built about a couple weeks ago. And I wanted the action lowered. And I'm going to let Dave run with this in a second, but I had 3 springs on it. And David asked me, he says, why do you have 3 springs on it? I said, well, it's because kind of how it was set up, and I couldn't get the action where I wanted it, and the guy that I had working on it did an awesome job, but the way he had it set up was with 3 springs, and I noticed using the bar, it was a little bit harder to manipulate for the dive bombs and things. So Dave was able to remove a spring, make a few adjustments to the action to lower it, and do some work up at the nut, and he was able to make it work.
I don't even have to add anything to that. It's exactly what happened.
And he did a great job. So in a nutshell, the less springs, the easier it's going to be to use your bar in most cases. Okay. That is if you like an Eddie Van Halen type low action, lower the springs to the to the point of buzz and then back it off a little bit. Now you can do all your tapping stuff, and now you don't need like I said, now you don't need 3 springs anymore. And plus, it makes it easier to use your bar. That's my experience.
Okay, so now what strings and picks do you use?
I use actually the Fender Thins, and recently I've been using the Van Halen tour picks because they're basically that same width, and I'm able to do the tremolo picking really easily with these. I also am a sucker for the Jazz 3 picks. I love the Jazz 3 picks. They're real thick, and they don't bend at all, but they're very small. And I'm able to also manipulate very well with them. The only thing about the Jazz 3s that I personally don't like is I like how I pick with them, but the tone that I get from the picking motion it's not quite as bright. It's a little duller of a tone for me. And plus, for me, it's also a little bit harder to hang on to them sometimes. But I still like the picks, and I still am a sucker for them, and I will use them. I also prefer the 9 to 40 or 9 to 42s. The lighter, the better. The only strings that I have that I use 10s for is on my Ibanez Destroyer and my Les Paul, my Chipson, my Chinese Gibson. That's why it's called the Chipson.
Fibson,
Chipson, Gibson. Basically, any guitars that don't have whammy bars on it, I use 10s. And all my Eddie Van Halen, Floyd Rose type guitars, I like the 9s with a very, very low action. That's my preference.
Right, and I guess I'll go. I also, anything, again, the same. Anything with a Floyd Rose on it, I use 9 through 42. Which is, I use the D'Addario's, the EXL 120. any Fender style guitar or Gibson style guitar, I use D'Addario 10 through 46, which is the EXL 110. And my hollow body Gretsch, I have a Brian Setzer model Gretsch. I use 11 through 49, also from D'Addario, called the EXL 115. The picks I use also depend on the guitar and the string. When I play Floyd Rose guitars, I do use the .60 millimeter EVH picks, or I use Fender mediums. With my name, I have my signature on them. They're actually not Fender. They're from D'Addario Planet Waves. When I use Strats, Tellys, and Les Pauls, I use either the .73 millimeter, the Max Grip from Dunlop picks, or the .88 Max Grip Dunlop picks. And the reason I use the Max Grip is because they have a rough surface on them, and they fall out of my fingers way less than the regular Fender style picks. That's it.
You know, I used for many years. I used the Dunlop Tortex green ones. I can't remember the millimeter on that, but it was the same ones Kirk Hammett used.
They're the .88s.
That's exactly right, .88s. I used those exclusively for maybe 15 years, and it took me forever. I'm a slow learner to understand why I couldn't get the pick scrapes right, and that was because the pick was too thick. So when I went to switch to Fender mediums or Fender thins, I got that sound that Eddie gets. And I was using Fender mediums ever since then. And then when he came out with the picks in this tin, the gray ones, that have a raised edge, I like these a lot, but I'm also using the newer ones with the extra rough. They're a little bit thinner, though Dave was just talking about them. And they have that extra tough, rough grip on them, so they never really fall out of your hands at all. But the odd thing is also, and I hope this isn't sacrilegious to mention in this forum, but I'm a huge U2 fan.
I was just going to say that. that it works for that bell-like sound that the Edge gets.
Yeah. Edge holds his picks like this. He holds them backwards, and he uses that rough edge to get that scraping sound, which is signature to his tone. And
I do the same thing.
I think. Oh yeah.
The exact same pick, same setting. I said that on a YouTube video, like years ago. I was explaining when I did one of those early like elephant or horse videos that I was doing years ago. I actually did an early one, and I did the same thing. I said I hold that same pick. I hold them sideways, like you too.
Wow. Yeah.
So it must be true. Yeah.
It is absolutely true. In fact, the Edge has been using that style of pick for such a long time. I actually have one of his picks in my big box of autographed picks for celebrity picks.
Nice.
Very cool.
It's a Herdim. Herdim. It's a German company, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. So now, actually, I'm thrilled because same style of pick is used by both of my favorite guitar players. They're both at Fender now because the EVH line is through Fender, and Edge has a hand-wired amp and a Strat coming out this year through Fender too. So I might as well just give Fender my paycheck. That's the why not?
The Edge. He was just there at Fender. Was it like last week? I think.
It was recently that I saw that they posted a picture on their Twitter feed of his headstock. Yeah, so he's got a hand-wired amp and a guitar coming out this year.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Take my money.
Awesome. Yeah. And you, Johnny? Strings and picks?
The strings I use the D'Addario 9 through 42s on my Floyd Rose guitars. I use the 10 through 46s on my Tellys and Strats and whatever. Alberto. 1 second, Alberto. And pick wise, I use the Herco Flex 75s, like we were talking about sideways. I use there's an old pick from when I was in this band called the Mayfire, right there. It says Johnny Bean on it and stuff. I actually have a pick like what you were talking about, but a Fender version of the 88.
Yeah.
I actually got a bunch of them at NAMM last year at the Fender booth. They gave me like a whole set of like just Fender versions of you know, same things, the same exact stuff. Oh, here's the same thing. I've got a John Storms pick right there, same thing. And same thing as that Mayfire pick. It just says johnnybean.com on it. And then these I don't use, although I have them around. This company sent these to me a long time ago to try. They're these circle picks, and I've had them for years, just like sitting here. Pointless. I'll give them a shout out. Pointlesspicks.com. I don't know if they're even still around anymore.
They're like poker chips.
But yeah, they sent these to me some years ago to try, and I've got like all these. I've got tons and tons of picks just like sitting here, so I can always just grab. And here's one by somebody, Dave Nesdahl, someone, right there.
There we go.
Sitting here. And yeah, I've got all these. I love these. I actually love these Dunlop. These like ones with the gator on them. These are really cool.
Oh, the gator grips, yeah. Dunlop
USA 90. This is a 96. This is actually pretty used. I've used it a lot. This thing. I've had this pick for years and years.
By the end of the video, it's snapped.
And I got an old Guitar Center thin. And this is actually from San Francisco, from the Mission. They're not even there anymore. This pick is over 20 years old.
Awesome.
Alberto, do any of you own a double neck EVH guitar?
Not yet.
If not, how come you won't make one?
I used to own a Ernie Ball OLP Eddie Van Halen style double neck. I never played it. It was kind of like I bought it because it was the cheaper version of, it was kind of like Eddie's that he used in the Unlawful tour for Man on a Mission. Was it Man on a Mission?
I think so.
Yeah. And
LPs. Those are the ones that Hef loves.
Yeah.
He wants one of those black ones. There's a certain black one that he actually wants.
Yeah, there's a Sunburst double neck that they make, and I liked the guitar. I liked how it looked. I just never, I don't know. I ended up selling it. I kept it for maybe about 6-8 months, and I played it a little bit, but I never could get used to it. It was just, for a bedroom player, it was too much. I never really did much with it, and it was never accurate enough to what I wanted. One of these days, I'm going to build the Diver Down yellow and black striped double neck. That's probably one of my next projects I'll do. I don't know when. But yeah, I have owned one before. Just wasn't really anything that I really bothered with very much.
Yeah. I had a Gibson double neck at some point. I want to say around 93, 94. And I sold it. It was cool. It was so damn heavy, and who the hell wants to tune a 12-string? It just it's so it's such a pain. And changing those strings, forget it. It's just whatever. That being said, since Paul Unkert did offer to make 3 of them actually, I'm going to buy one. I'm going to have him make it, and then I'm going to stripe it. And I haven't decided whether I'm going to stripe it like Eddie's red and white one or the yellow and black. But eventually, there'll be one in my stable.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alberto says he likes 9 through 42 on all guitars and Jim Dunlop nylon .88s or .60s.
There you go. Awesome. Good stuff.
Howie looks pretty comfortable back there.
Yeah, the dogs are asleep. All the dogs are asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go for his walk tonight, Johnny?
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's where I was.
The W.
We did that and then came back, and that's when I texted that I was here.
Mm-hmm. What other questions we have?
We got 9 people looking at us. I think that's everything right now.
Any of the 9 people that are looking at us, do you guys or girls or
oh, trust me, they're all guys.
Robots have any questions?
Damn it!
Do any of you BB-8s have?
And they're all your age.
All my age.
Yes.
Well, I just gonna say one thing. You know, this is kind of a, I guess we could call this kind of a wrap-up video, but we did our part 1 with Paul a few 2 weeks ago, yeah, and that was fantastic. And then Dave, Johnny, and I kind of put our heads together, and we said, hey, you know what? Let's have kind of a visit. I'll go out and see Dave, and we'll see if we can make one of these other things happen. So Dave said, hang on, let me make a call to Paul. So we did, and he said, hey, how about next weekend? So I came out, and, you know, I'm going to drive back tomorrow morning, first thing, go back see my kids and the family and kind of get back in the swing of things for work again Monday. But I just want to say this was a fantastic weekend. It was great to come out here and hang out with Dave and play some guitars and do some work on our guitars and check out Music Zoo. We got to see the Vitas guitar today, you know, and all that. We played some guitar tonight. Dave got a new pedal. I got some strings, and we'll do another hangout real soon, maybe tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday, whenever Johnny and Dave have time or whoever else. But honestly,
I won't be here Tuesday. Tuesdays I'm gone.
Well, this was a great weekend, and honestly, we'll do more of these. And it was a pleasure hanging out with Paul and everybody that sent all the questions in, and hanging out with Anthony, and, you know, watching his face when he held the Steinberger. That was just phenomenal.
Oh, the burger, yeah.
The burger. Yeah, that thing's been being massaged all day long, and it's been fun. And even Dave's roommate, who's basically a master guitarist and just an amazing musician, was messing around with it and had some fun with it. But this was a great weekend, hanging out with Paul and having a chance to have Paul, you know, do some work on our guitars and just questioning with, you know, listening to some of his stories and having dinner with him. I really think this is the spawn of something big. I think there's more interest coming on all this stuff, and there's like almost a rebirth of all this Kramer stuff and the Van Halen guitars. And I think all you guys that ask all these questions and watch all our videos, you know, kudos to Johnny and Dave for starting this up. And I was lucky enough to kind of tag in and become part of the group as well. And, you know, Anthony and Dave and Hef and Eric and, you know, everybody that takes part of these videos. You know, I guess Johnny, Dave, and I, the 3 of us, would like to say thank you for that. We have a lot more fun stuff coming, and it's kind of inspiring us to do more and more and more of this stuff. And it's fun, and that's what it's all about, guys. It's all about fun. So keep coming with the questions, keep asking away. You know, we try to add some humor to these videos and have some fun with it to kind of break up the monotony of everything that we're doing.
I don't have to try.
Johnny just kind of rolls.
I'm
with
laughing
it
right now. See, I laugh at my own.
We kind of set ourselves up for failure and all that, but you know, that's all part of the thing, guys. We have a good time doing it, and thank you to Johnny and Dave and everybody else that's part of this. Keep it up.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Certainly is a lot of fun, and
it's the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, there's greatness to come. I guarantee it.
We got a lot to talk about, a lot to show you, and a lot to do, and we're going to do it all, and it all depends on everybody's participation. So please keep it coming.
And let me just mention one more thing. Any questions or any comments that our audience and our friends, I'm not even going to call you audience, I'm going to call you our friends, because if it wasn't for you guys, we really would be talking just to ourselves. But any comments and questions that you have, it doesn't just need to be about Eddie Van Halen. It could be about any music, you know, anything musical, any new gear. Tell us about the gear you got. If you have any questions about any of our gear, anything at all. If you want to talk about other musicians, you know, Johnny is friends with Andy Summers from the Police. If you guys like the Police,
wow.
Well, yeah,
I like to eat my friends.
Huh?
That's an Andy Summers song.
Oh well.
The Police.
Yeah, you know, if you know, we could anything that you guys want to talk about. You know, Steve Vai, any type of guitar shredder, Larry Mitchell, if any of you guys know him, anything at all.
Yeah.
If you guys get any new gear, or if you want to hear about gear, or if you'd like us to demo any gear, we'll do the best we can. Or if you want to jump on the video and demo some of your gear, as long as we can get it, so that no one is stepping on each other, we'll be happy to have you on.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody is always invited.
Yeah.
Any questions you guys have about building guitars, like you've been asking, and there's a mountain of knowledge on this. We got guys like David Allen Wright that come on. That guy's just got incredible necks and bodies, and he's just got a lot of knowledge, and that's what we're feeding off of. We're feeding off of your knowledge. We've been doing this a long time, Dave, Johnny, and I, almost 20 years. But the reason we're able to do this is because of people like you. You guys. We probably learn as much from you guys as you learn from us. I've been teaching martial arts now for 25 years. Been doing it for 28 years. And I still say that I learn more from my students than they learn from me. The teacher learns from the student. And as far as this whole guitar thing is concerned, ask away, like Dave said. Any kind of questions you guys have. It's a lot of fun. The Eddie Van Halen stuff is obviously stuff that we have a passion for. Look at Dave's wall. Look at my room. And Johnny's room and Anthony's. Anthony's got some killer music, man.
Anthony's just the smart guy because he doesn't have anything shown, so no one's going to come to his house and steal his stuff.
Anthony, I'm pointing at you. Did you put those 5150 stickers on your music man yet?
Not yet. No.
Oh,
no, that's because he asked.
Why would I do it off camera? Why would I do it off camera?
It'd be like an unboxing, right? Okay. That's our next video.
That's probably something we could talk about doing too. We either something small like that, or if you're in a stage of building something and want to show how it's done, I'm sure people would go crazy for that too.
Yeah,
that's why I brought it up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One more thing, we said this, we touched on it yesterday. Anyone who actually, if you're looking to build a guitar, or you want your guitar to be like Eddie Van Halen's guitar, other than the striping, other than the painting. You could have Paul Unkert will build your guitar for you. He will build it. He will make it exactly like Eddie Van Halen's guitar. He will not paint it. He will not paint it like Eddie Van Halen's guitar. He will not do stripes. But if you want a guitar that's exactly the way Eddie's guitars in the early 80s, call him up and he will build you the guitar. You'll have to pay for it, of course, but it's a no-brainer. He has said in both of our videos that he'd be happy to work on your guitars for you and build you guitars. Again, you'll have to find, if you're going to do the paint job, or if you want this motif of paint job, you're going to have to find someone to do it because he won't. But if you want a guitar that feels like this, and other than the paint looks like this, and this headstock, and all that stuff, Paul will be happy to build you the guitar. Give him a call. What is it? The original
guitar guy.
The original guitarguy.com is his website. His phone number is on that website. Give him a call. He will answer your calls. He will answer your questions. He'll talk to you.
And he's a heck of a nice guy.
He's a hell of a nice guy.
He's got a lot of knowledge.
He and I have been friends for 4 years now. And all I did was I saw a phone number in the phone book. I was like, you know what? I think I want to see if this is really Paul Unkert. I called him, and I said, are you the Paul Unkert that made Eddie Van Halen's guitars? And he was like, well, yes, I am. What can I do for you? And we started talking, and we became friends. And he will do the same with anybody. He's a really nice guy, very down-to-earth guy. Do not feel like, oh, my God, I'm talking to God. Oh, my God, I'm talking to my hero. He is as nice a guy as anyone is. Awesome guy. So
he absolutely is.
That's the story. So give him a call. Give him your business. He'll be happy to build you a guitar.
He does great work, too.
Yeah, excellent work. He's got two of my guitars at his shop now that he's doing for me. So,
Dave, I remember.
Huh?
You and I were talking when, just like you said, I think I'm going to call Unkert. I think I found out who he is, or where. Or I think I found his number. And I said, really, you're going to call him just out of the blue like that? I couldn't believe it. And the next day, you call me. I just got off the phone with Paul Unkert. I just talked to him for like a half an hour or something, however long the conversation was.
Yeah.
And the next thing I knew, we
were
by
heading
my
over
house,
his house,
and we were having over. I mean, it was that simple.
Yeah.
And we've stayed in touch with him over the years. He's a great guy. Great guy.
Yeah. And it was the same thing for me. I mean, recently I've been doing these Van Halen guitars for 20 years, and I've learned from the guys like Scott Smith and Jerry Leica and all these guys. And recently I've been lucky enough to talk to Paul and get to know Paul and meet him and do these hangouts with him. And just having dinner with him last night with these guys. I mean, he is, like Dave said, it's that simple. And he's just a great guy, and he's very excited about people like all of us. He really is excited. We're actually kind of keeping the flame going, and it's kind of getting him back interested in this Van Halen thing. He's becoming excited about it again. He didn't really bother with his Van Halen connection for all these years. And because of people like all of us, everybody that's watching this video, not just us, Anthony, Johnny, myself, Dave, everybody watching this, and taking part in all these videos, because of people like us, Paul is becoming reacquainted and acclimated with all this stuff again. And it's a big thing, and he's pretty excited about it. He told me so last night.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Really good stuff.
Yep.
Johnny, I only wish that you were with us in person. I know you were with us, and I know you've spoken to Paul, and I know you agree. But you really, it's really a shame that you're on the West Coast and couldn't be there with us. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, no, it's all cool, man. Yeah, one of these days.
Well, maybe we'll all fly out to you, because I have a feeling that we'll be coming out to you before you come out to us. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're so excited.
Yeah. Well, no, that's just the laid back California in Johnny.
Yeah, whenever we get around to it.
Yeah, dude. Here.
we got family out there, man. Lara and I, my wife and I, keep talking about going back out. So if all the stars and the planets align, we can all go together.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. We're thinking about it with Rob and I are thinking about going out this summer. So let's try to make that happen.
And we're gonna all get a picture. We're all gonna go down to L.A. because we've all been there before. We've all seen it at we've all been to the Hard Rock Cafe on Sunset Boulevard, and we've all seen the Neptune guitar. But we're all going to get a picture of the Neptune guitar together.
Johnny's like, I ain't driving to L.A.
What? It's only 4 hours.
Yeah, I know. That was a joke. You better. If we're flying into L.A., you better come out to L.A.
And that's over on Hollywood and Highland.
Hey, can Dave and I fit on your couch?
So wrong.
Does that fold out?
Well, if someone's like this and someone's like this.
Oh,
you maniacs. Hey, guys, I got a bolt.
Look at Anthony. He's like
yeah, notice he's got a bolt now. I got a bolt.
I gotta go see what my wife is up to.
Yeah, I got a bolt and spoon with my wife.
Actually, I'd be happy to sleep with Howie.
Seriously, I gotta run, man.
All right,
I'll talk to you guys later.
Take care, buddy. We'll see you soon. We'll talk to you on the next
one. Good night, guys.
Yeah.
Anthony, it was great seeing you, Anthony. It was great seeing you.
Great seeing you too, man. I love this stuff. Take it easy,
guys. Do me a favor. Call me when you get that pedal.
Yeah, but can you believe this? I think we're onto something else too, man. If we start talking about where you can get stuff, we put something out of stock already at one store.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
So what store was that?
That was
Pro Guitar Shop.
That's Pro Guitar Shop?
Pro Guitar Shop.
All right, so if anyone is listening that works at Pro Guitar Shop, make sure you tell the powers that be that we sold a pedal for them. And, the compensation is Anthony needs a 5150 pedal. So he lives in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm. And
find him on Facebook. It's Anthony Sajazi Jr. Find him on Facebook and, at least a thanks. You can throw him a cable, something. Throw him something. Give him a pedal. Give him the 5150 pedal. He needs it, or else his band's kicking him out. So,
Anthony, keep those kids of yours playing guitar, okay? Keep the kids playing guitar.
I will, man. That's a promise.
Definitely. Absolutely.
All right. Good night, guys.
Ciao for now.
Good night, Anthony.
Out.
Did he just say ant out?
I think
Ant
he
out.
did.
Ant out.
Ant out. Well,
Ant
dang,
out.
we have like 1 million questions now.
Okay, good.
They all came in during your whole speech.
That's right. You had yours last night.
Paul Rodin.
Rodden?
The Musicraft HG Holy Grail
Yes.
headstock.
Right.
Is that the 5150 size or the
No.
Kramer ad size? It looks big.
It's the Kramer ad size. The 5150 neck will say 5150 on it. It's not the HG.
Okay. Ron. How do you spell your name, Ron? I forgot. Paget?
I'm sure. Yeah, Ron Paget.
Paget? So has anyone tried the EVH strings, like or dislike? Myself, I've never tried them. Never seen them.
I have them. I have some of the old vintage 80s and 90s versions, and I've showed them on one of our videos. Very, very bright sounding. They're 9 to 40s.
The Kramers. Yeah, I've got a bunch of those left over from when I was a kid. Yeah, I think he's talking about the new ones, though, I think.
Yeah, I have the newer ones, too, the ones that were made in the 90s and early 2000s before they put the kibosh on them. They're basically Ernie Ball strings.
But the ones, you have the ones that, the ones we just got today. You know, you have
The EVH?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The brand new.
I thought you were talking about the 5150 ones.
No.
He's talking about the brand new, the ones that are available now that anybody can get.
Yeah, they're great strings. I use the 9 to 42s. And very, very punchy sounding and very easy to manipulate and bend and tap. So those are my favorites.
Cool. Taylor Petrie. Are any of you guys fans of Rob Chapman? I think he's cool. Rob Chapman.
I don't know who that is.
I've seen him at NAMM. I've seen him. He's the guy. He was the guy. It was his buddy Anderson, the guy who said that the Stripe series were out of business. Remember that?
Okay. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Rob Chapman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rob Chapman.
Andertons.
Yeah. Andertons?
Mhm.
Andersons?
Yeah.
Which is it?
Anderton. Anderton.
I see him at NAMM though. I do see him walking around, but
he's a good player. He's a bit cocky, I think, but he's a good player. Funny.
cool.
Funny.
I enjoy his videos.
Yeah.
I watch him. Let's see. We got 6 people looking at us. Vinny's watching us. Hey, Vinny. Yeah, Vinny.
What's going on, buddy?
Hey, Vinny.
How you doing, bud?
Let me next to Dual Gaming. Yeah, sorry. I don't know if we got to your questions last night. Dual Gaming. Well, I think you want in on a hangout though, right? If you're watching this, I think he wants to join us sometime. This guy.
What does he have a question?
He had questions for Paul last night, but we didn't get to them, and he doesn't say what they are. It just says he has questions. This is an older. What is that?
Yeah. You can't have chocolate, girl. You'll die
Not
for
good
that.
for you. Not good for you.
Huh? Oh yeah, dogs cannot eat chocolate. That's poison.
Yeah. Chocolate and or berries and grapes. They cannot have any of those things.
Blueberries?
Yeah, no blueberries, no grapes.
Grapes or raisins, I think.
Yeah, because grapes turn into raisins.
You know when they bathe,
Yeah.
when they suntan. I think when I was a kid, I actually did that. I left a grape in the driveway. I lived in Phoenix, super hot, and I think I left a grape in the driveway one time to see if it would turn into a raisin.
Let me put it on our grapes. I was going to do that. Yeah, I got it.
Ron Paget?
Yep.
Yep, like Rob was saying. Like Rob was saying, I did try the older 5150. Are you saying strings?
Strings, yeah.
Because it has to open up. Because I see what it's saying on the front of my phone, but I have to actually open the app to probably read the whole thing. Yeah, you were trying the ones back in the day. Yeah, those are what I used when I first started.
I've used them before as well. The only thing I don't like about them, well, actually, I guess it's enough for me to say I don't really like them. I don't like the 15 instead of the 16 for the G string, and I don't like the 40 instead of the 42. I like the slightly heavier string, which is the normal string. I don't like the lighter gauge G and low E string.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and I was using those things. When I was using them, they were Kramer. I have packs. I still have packs that say Kramer on them, and then packs that say Ernie Ball, but the same strings, the same front, the striped up. I was using those things on my Fender Squier Bullet, with no Floyd or anything before I even had a Floyd.
Right.
But yeah, he was talking about the newer ones. He ordered some and he likes them.
Cool. Good.
Thanks. Awesome. What else? Vinny. Hello, Robin, David.
Hello. Hey, Vinny. Vinny, I got your text earlier that you said you were listening to me, and thank you. You're going to be much happier in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
And for anyone that doesn't really know what I'm talking about, Vinny was going to make a guitar out of blocks of wood. And because he's never made or built a guitar before, and he thought that that's pretty much how they do it. And if you have band saws and big sanding machines and CNC machines, if you have all those, then yeah, you can make it out of a block of wood, and it'll take you less than a month or whatever. But it's just easier. I told Vinny to call a company like Musicraft, buy a body and a neck, and
that's
get
what
a
he said.
Floyd Rose and get a pickup, and then I told him to send it to Paul Unkert and have him put it together, and he would have a Kramer style guitar built by the guy who built it for Eddie Van Halen. And that's what I suggest to anyone who wants to have that style of guitar. Now, the only reason I haven't done that is because I built my own. But if it wasn't for guys like Paul Unkert to pave the way and make me interested in doing it myself, I wouldn't be doing it. I'd be like, I don't know, it's just, I've been doing it forever. But yeah, again, Vinny, good for you for taking my advice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Vinny says, tell David that he's going to order the body for his 5150 guitar.
Good choice.
Awesome.
Good choice.
Yeah, Vinny. I've never made my own guitar. I've never made a body. I know people who have. They've made their own bodies, but they always end up looking kind of weird, kind of strange, unless they really know what they're actually doing, And yeah, I've taken all my guitars apart. I've switched necks. I've switched. I've painted my own bodies. I've never painted anything like Van Halen, because I could never do that. But I've done straight black, straight green, straight whatever colors, and I haven't done any of that for a long, probably 13, 14 years now. I haven't really built a guitar because I'm happy with what I have. Everything that I have, I play. Alberto. Also, I'll try to jump in on the next video. He wants to join in. Oh, you said something already? Oh, we have a lot of things there. Real quick. Taylor Petrie, did Eddie use the 5150 on the song "Best of Both Worlds"? It sounds
that was a 58 Stratocaster, a 1958 Stratocaster, and it did not have it didn't have a tremolo on it. It was a non-tremolo Stratocaster with a rosewood fretboard, and on the body he scraped with whatever knife or whatever, he scraped the numbers 5150 on this vintage Stratocaster. That's the guitar he used on that song.
Yes, I'll show you. I have it right here. If this is the one, he used it on Finish What You Started.
Yeah, I used it live on Finish What You Started in the OU812 tour. And you can see it in the Japanese version of when they played Tokyo backstage.
Holy Grail, it didn't matter to me. I used the guitar and Finish What You Started. That just fit the song. Well, here's the one that has 5150 on it.
Yeah, that's the guitar that he used for Best of Both Worlds.
Right there. Well, he doesn't say that he uses it, but
I remember reading it. It was in one of the magazines at that time. I remember reading it.
It was in.
Well, he had several.
One of the guitar
Several of
models.
those. But maybe it was because maybe that's why he scratched. There's been different things over the years, because I remember him saying that he scratched 50 onto it, and that's how he knew that was the guitar that he used. But then in this, he's saying he scratched 50 on the front of it, so he knew that was the Strat that he was buying from the guy.
Really?
Like that's the one he wanted. That's the Strat he wanted, and so, but he wasn't taking it. He wasn't taking it home, and so it says. I'll read this. I bought a lot of guitars from Dan Martin, who had a guitar shop called Guitar Exchange in St. Charles, Missouri. Dan brought that Strat to me after a show. I tried it out in the dressing room and thought it was cool, so I asked how much he wanted for it. After I agreed to the price, I turned to whoever was in the room with us and asked them for a screwdriver. I took the screwdriver and scratched 5150 on the front of the Strat. Dan was going, what the hell are you doing? That's a mint condition 64 Strat. Eddie says, I told him that I wanted to make sure that I knew it was mine. If anyone ever stole it, I would know right away that this was my guitar. He looked at me as though I was dissecting the Holy Grail. That didn't matter to me. The scratches didn't affect the way the guitar played or sounded. I used the guitar on Finish What You Started. It just fit the song. It wasn't a heavy song. Well, then so it didn't need a heavy guitar.
It was a different guitar then. It was on Best of Both Worlds. It was a 58 Stratocaster, not that 64.
There's the other issue. There's the July '88 Guitar World where it has his guitars backstage, and there's a photo of him with Dan Martin, and there is a Strat, and I believe there he talks about.
And that has a Telecaster headstock on it.
Probably, yeah.
It was a maple fretboard Telecaster neck, a headstock on that guitar, and that's the guitar he used for 5150 for Best of Both Worlds. Right.
That's what I was just reading from. If any of you guys don't have this, go grab it. I mean, it's a couple years old by now, but it's a great issue.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Very cool. What else? Vinny, I've got a question for David. On the 5150 guitar, is the pickup straight or is it sometimes crooked?
It's straight.
It's straight because they were making the pups at that time spaced correctly, so you didn't have to slant them.
Paul wrote in the EV8's Tribute / striped series made out of basswood. Do you think over time, because basswood is so soft, the tremolo posts will loosen or lean forward?
No, because they're not the old wood posts. Those posts are the posts are inside a
they're screwed into what do you call those things?
What's the word I'm looking for? It's like a metal
posts.
Cavity.
Little posts.
They're
not the wood screw kind. The original wood screw ones, they screw directly to the body.
Bushing.
Yes, it's a bushing.
Right. Bushing.
There's a bushing that you make there's holes in the guitar. Then there's a metal bushing that goes in the hole, and then the screws screw into the bushing. So they will not. So they won't break. They won't move at all. This guitar, on the other hand, is the old style wood screws. So I guess eventually, if I use this guitar 8 to 10 hours a day for 5 or 6 years every day, I would imagine that it will break just the way Eddie Van Halen's broke.
Those will move because I've had all kinds of old Kramer bodies and stuff over the years, and you get them and you go to put the bushings in the screw, the old style, and you notice the stuff is like leaning that way. You know,
I also
so
don't
you have to be careful.
I also don't beat my Floyd Roses up the way Eddie Van Halen does. I'm a little more gentle with my guitars than he is, and I don't just use one guitar. Like he'll fall in love with a guitar and use one guitar for years and years and years, and that's how his guitars age. I use a bunch of different guitars, and quite frankly, I'll probably pass away before any of my guitars get broken.
Dang.
I know it's morbid. That's morbid to think about, but I'm going to live for a very, very, very long time, and my guitars will outlive me.
Is this right now? Yes. Rick Wilson. Hey, Rick. Thanks for sharing this. He shared this video on Facebook. Rick Johnson. I'd give them to you, Johnny. Oh, he's talking about headphones. Oh, this is just a message for me. He's got these headphones and he's telling me that he wants to give them to me. Because if you notice, I've duct taped my headphones.
Right.
They're kind of messed up. Ron Paget.
Yeah.
Tell Rob thanks for accepting my Facebook request. Lowell.
No problem. Thank you for requesting.
Paul Roden. Bushing. Yes, bushing.
Yes. Thanks.
Stop laughing. Yes. Okay. So cool. And speaking of bushing, you guys look bushed yourselves.
Yeah,
I know it's only 8:30 here, but
well, you know,
I know
Rob's got a long trek. Rob's got a long trek home, and he's gonna go very early in the morning.
And we set the clocks ahead.
So he's gonna get an hour less sleep than everyone else.
Oh,
so basically, it's like 12:30 at night now, technically.
Oh.
So I think we should call it for now, and we'll pick up again tomorrow night. How about that?
So at 2:00 tonight, it turns into 3:00?
Yes.
Oh, that's horrible.
It is horrible.
I don't like that. Alberto, I'm looking for a photo for you, but because of what you just said, but I don't. Maybe it's not in here. I'm thinking about something else.
2 minutes.
Yeah, it's not in here. He's asking about a striped Les Paul. That's a guitar that he has.
Yeah, that's in there. That's in there. It's with the trans.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I see it. Alberto, check it out. Is that like your guitar right there? Right there. But that has a trans trem. That has a tremolo like on Rob Steinberger, or as Anthony would say, Steinberger.
Steinberger. Now, the only thing I don't understand about that article, there's some inconsistencies with some things that Ed said in '97 and in that Guitar Aficionado magazine a couple years ago. Ed said that he wrote the song Me Wise Magic using that Steinberger Trans-Trem Les Paul guitar in the Guitar Aficionado magazine. However, if you go back to 1997, when the PV Wolfgangs were just coming out, as you guys all know, Ed had two PV Wolfgangs, a white and a black one that had Steinberger Trans-Trems, and he states then that he wrote that song Me Wise Magic with one of them. So my guess would be it's probably the PV Wolfgang, because his memory probably was more accurate at the time he was writing the song versus, 10, 20 years later. But that's just my opinion.
Or he had both those guitars there at the same time.
Which he did, because that guitar was in his arsenal at the time.
And so he probably had them both sitting there, and he probably actually did write the song on both guitars. He picked up one guitar, wrote a riff on that, picked up the other one after going outside, picked up the other one.
Or maybe he wrote the song on that Les Paul, like he said, and, started playing Fire in the Hole, which was also a Trans-Trem song with the PVs. Hard to say. I guess we'll never know.
Yeah. Or he wrote it on one guitar and recorded it with the other.
Possibly, yeah.
That could have happened. You know, that's the thing about Van Halen. You know, you think he played, you know, the 5150 Kramer like all these years or whatever, and you think he played whatever Wolfgang, but the truth is he's played hundreds of different guitars. In the studio, he uses everything but what you see him using in the photos. You know, because in the studio you can only get certain sounds on certain guitars, like the Best of Both Worlds. He's a Stratocaster, you know,
right,
all that kind of stuff. Alberto, so his question was, will you guys ever make a Les Paul striped? That was his question, and then he said, yeah, he likes that Les Paul in that photo.
Hmm. Oh, would any of us make a replica of that guitar?
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
Probably not, because a trans trem unit itself, the cheapest you'll find one is $1,500. Just the tremolo unit. I don't see myself or Rob wasting that much money to make a guitar where the guitar is going to cost $5,000, and we're not going to. It's just going to sit there, and we can go, ooh, look what we got. One of us are going to play it.
Most of my guitars that I make,
you can't play it live.
Are based off of guitars
unless you're
that
in a
Eddie has played at some point.
Yeah, correct. I go a little further. I'm into making some of the backup guitars, and actually that's my quest now, is to make the backup guitars to the main ones from the different tours, and you know the warm-up guitars, you know, the dressing room guitars, and you know some of the less well-known ones.
I'm not laughing at what you're saying. Dave, do you realize you're not even on the screen?
Oh, hello.
This whole thing, you've been like this. This whole thing, you've been like.
Well, it's okay. You know, I don't need to be on the screen as long as you can hear my voice.
Like,
I just need to be heard, not seen. In fact, why don't we do this? You can see my guitar, and I'll be like this. You can just. My guitar is what matters, not me.
Dave's been eating a hot dog.
What?
No.
It's more like the toothpick.
The hot dogs that Paul was talking about.
Mason Lloyd, is Rob the one that bought the $14,000 Relic Wolfgang?
There's no such thing as a $14,000 Wolfgang. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's the new Chip Ellis one.
Oh, that
Relic.
Oh no, Rob made that.
I made mine. Mine's a Wolfgang Stealth Special, and I painted it and reliced it and added the block inlays on the neck and the chrome hardware, and painted it cream and then reliced it. Yeah, I mean that's my guitar, but it's just a Stealth Special.
And I gotta tell you, I played it today. It's really, really good. It's like really good. A great guitar.
I'll show it to you guys real quick.
Vinny says, tell David I'm very excited about what I just heard about the guitars that he's about to make.
Oh, yeah. That'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun when they get made. So
Rob, what's it like in the other rooms in that house?
This is the only room. No.
We never get to see any other you know. So you probably walked in there and you're like, okay, there's that wall, and then the rest of the place you had no idea what.
Do you want to know what my house looks like? You want me to tell you what my house looks like?
All right, here it is.
What do you guys think?
You guys can see. It's got the kill switch.
Let's do this.
There we go.
I almost dropped it. Jesus.
Oh well, it won't hurt it.
Yeah, but it'll hurt my knees.
Yeah.
It needs to be reliced.
It is reliced.
If you drop it, it'll be more reliced.
It's like you said, this is some of the cracking that Dave and I worked on today. You know, it's a good guitar, a lot of fun. Like I said, it's got the kill switch, but yeah, great guitar.
Let me see that thing for that.
Right, speaking of Wolfgangs, do you guys know John Storms?
Yeah.
You just woke your neighbors up.
Fuck that. All right, I'm done.
That's it.
Nice guitar, really nice guitar. Oh wow, look at those scratches.
Looks nice.
Yes, Alberto says you need to throw keys at it and put dings in it.
Yeah, I gotta do more.
You need to throw some keys on it.
And Dave was nice enough to give me some titanium saddles, like Ed's, and there's some stainless steel screws coming in.
Gave him those saddles. Gave him the chrome nut.
This guitar also has a brass big block, compliments of Adam Reaver in it. Thank you, FU Tones.
Vinny says Wolfgang guitar is alive.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It's a fun guitar. It plays nice. Nice action on it. I love the ebony board.
That pick I just showed you, that John Storms, that pick.
Can you get me the exact one?
Yeah.
I don't want to put some more stuff in here while we're talking.
John, he did a tour of the Fender factory yesterday.
You don't want to do too much.
I just didn't want to do too much more to it till I got home.
Oh, then you do it.
Yeah, I really didn't want to do much to it.
Well, fair enough. Oh, oh no, this is not the guitar we did that with.
What's that?
I was going to say the arm, but it's not.
Oh yeah, that was the Neptune.
Yeah.
And Dave did some really great work to my guitars.
It was fun. It was fun working on guitars today. Fun working on Rob's guitars.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. No, I was just saying real quick, the guitar pick, John?
Yeah.
John Storms. He was at the Fender factory. He did a tour of the Fender factory yesterday, and he posted a bunch of photos of a Fender of a Wolfgang prototype.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Come on, Brandon.
Oh, geez,
Randy. She's soft.
I'll get her.
My dog loves to get stuck around the beams outside that hold the deck upstairs up. Like she gets her leash stuck around them, and then she's stuck outside and can't. A lot of times I have to actually get dressed just to go outside to bring her back in. So she's strong. She's strong. I got it. Hey, man. Hello. Hang on, girl. Hang on. Jesus Christ. There we go. She likes to go around the house naked. I have to take her collar off because she doesn't like this collar in the house.
Okay, real quick. Taylor Petrie, are you guys fans of George Lynch and Warren DeMartini?
Yes, I love Warren a little bit more than George. I would say Warren is in my top 10. George is probably in my top 15 guitar players, but they both rock. They're both excellent.
Mason Lloyd, wow, has some crazy. Oh, he's talking about that Rob's Wolfgang Relic there.
Yeah.
Has some crazy relicing skills. How long did that take?
Basically, about 45 minutes. When I painted it cream, it took me about 45 minutes with some sandpaper, a screwdriver, and then Dave and I did a little bit more to it today with some cracking. But as far as the scratches and wearing the black paint off, it was about 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Also, tell them about those inlays on that neck.
Well, that was a Wolfgang Stealth special, so it was black. I had the kill switch put on, and what I did was, when I painted it cream, I didn't sand the black down too much because I wanted it to be easy to relic it, and I knew the less I made the cream paint be able to adhere to the body, the easier it would be to relic. And then if I just hit it with a real quick blast of clear coat, just to kind of make it sit on there a couple of days after, I knew I would be okay, which is what I did. As far as the inlays are concerned, I got on eBay and I spent $12, shipping included, for some Japanese stickers. And they're basically stick-on stickers, and they work great. They look great, and took about 20 minutes to put them on.
Mm-hmm.
And they're uneven, actually. They look really good.
Yeah, it's very hard to tell they're not real.
Cool. Okay. Vinny is typing something to me. I know you guys have to run. I know it's super late where you guys are.
Yeah, we still have to clean up this room and put the amps away and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Well, hey, thanks for watching, everybody. We got 7 people looking at us, and Vinny, I think Vinny's typing something to me right now, but yeah, it was cool. It was cool to see you guys together in one room.
Yeah, it was cool for us to be in one room. You know, Rob is welcome here anytime, and John, again, if you ever find yourself in New York, please, you're more than welcome to stay here. You know, there's plenty of room. Bring Ruth, bring Howie. There's plenty of room for all 3 of you.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you.
And Brandy would love a playmate.
Oh, okay, Vinny. Last question. Do you guys like Zakk Wylde?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. He's cool.
I like his playing. I don't really listen to him that much, but
he's cool. He talked to me one time, a few years ago.
The thing about Zakk is he's a big Van Halen fan, and he loves Eddie. So anyone who's a Van Halen fan and loves Eddie, I'm a fan of.
Are you a fan of me?
You?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan of you.
I love Eddie.
Are you a fan of me?
Are you talking to me? Why are you busting my balls?
I'm a fan of Johnny. I'm a fan of Vinny's. Vinny's my 8th favorite guitar player.
I'm a fan of you, Brandy. Yes,
I love my dog. I love my dog. She wants a bone. You want a bony? She wants a bony. All right, Brandy wants a bone. So
Johnny's thinking of a joke.
We're out.
No, I'm just sitting here.
We're done.
I haven't eaten dinner yet. I need to eat. It's 10 to 9 here. Cool. All right, great. Have a if I don't talk to you before, I'm sure I'll hear about you tomorrow, Rob. But yeah, have a safe trip.
Thanks, Johnny.
Have a safe trip. And Vinny says, well, all 3 of you guys are my favorite guitar players. Thank you very much, Vinny.
Thank you, Vinny.
Thank you, Vinny.
All right. Absolutely.
Yes. All right. Rob Johnson,
right.
David Nesdahl, Anthony Sajazi, Vinny Adam Romano, everybody. Yes. All right. JohnBean.com. We'll probably jump on here tomorrow night, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do something. We'll have a little bit of
do a little rap. Yeah.
Alberto.
Homesteads and...
We'll do a Rob Comes Home video tomorrow.
Cool.
All right, Alberto. Good night, everyone. If you make another video, I'll try to jump in tomorrow. Okay, yeah, Alberto. Maybe you can jump in tomorrow.
Cool.
Add me on Google Plus. Add me to your circles. Let me know that you did.
Thank you, everybody, for watching again tonight and for last night and the weekend. And like we said before, keep the questions coming. We're having a blast doing this. It's a lot of fun.
Say goodbye to me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much, guys.
Mm-hmm. And you can always just leave questions on these videos, even when we're not live. If you watch the video later, you can leave any comments, questions, whatever down below, and we'll get them, and we'll address them the next time we're actually on the air. So Alberto says he did add me. Okay. I'll try to find you, Alberto. Or let me... Am I added? Did I add you, Alberto? I don't remember. 5150. Are you going to switch cases when he's not looking? You're going to put his guitar in your case?
No, they're both pretty close. But I think he still might know. His neck's more Relic than mine. We're working on that. Yeah.
Cool. All right,
guys. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody. See you guys tomorrow. JohnBean.com. See ya.
Good night.